Even blind squirrels find nuts, and a broken clock is right twice today. And every now and then, the national media jabroni haircuts, they kind of get one right. Alex K over at Bleacher Report did up one of their famous slideshows. Click for next slide. Power ranking every NFL defense after the draft. And the Vikings last year, let's be honest, were straight booty. They punted veterans. They relied on rookies where there's no offseason due to the Rona, plus injuries and opt-outs, and it wasn't great. Right? They're 29th in points allowed, 27th in yards, 28th in average drive, 4th down, 30th in the league, 28th in sacks. PFF, they're 27th graded in the league, and DVOA, they're 18th. So after all that, I expected the rankings. Before I clicked, before I gave them all the views, I don't know, 18, lower, possibly. But I think that he was extremely fair here, where the Vikings clocked in at 10. I didn't expect them to be higher. I was actually mildly surprised that a national media outlet be like, oh, 10. Adding in all the factors that went into last year as well as into 2021. And only the Broncos, Giants, Dolphins, Ravens, Patriots, Washington, Rams, Bucks were ahead of the Vikings. So here's the write-up. After the 2020 Minnesota Vikings were called the worst defense that head coach Mike Zimmer has ever had, this team looks ready to make a huge leap up the rankings. The Vikings completely retooled their secondary and free agency, signing Xavier Woods and a pair of cornerbacks in Patrick Peterson and Dre Kirkpatrick. He means back Alexander. The club splurged for a massive upgrade along the interior defensive line with Dalvin Tomlinson as well. Minnesota didn't turn any heads in its approach to the draft, but wait a minute. Anyway, but Chaz Surratt and Patrick Jones and Cameron Bynum could all crack the rotation this season, plus Janarius Robinson. With these additions getting integrated and stars like Danielle Hunter and Anthony Barr healthy, the Vikings should be a much better defensive squad in 2021. Also throw in Eric Kendricks is going to be healthy. He missed a couple games towards the back end of the season last year, and plus Michael Pierce will be back from his COVID opt-out. But he's right. He is correct. Where 2020 was just the term perfect storm gets thrown around a lot, but it really was a black swan event. It was a 1 in a million proposition for the defense, because everything that could go wrong for the Vikings defense last year did go wrong, including some self-inflicted errors, by the way. Not replacing Michael Pierce is like, Shamar Stephen. Yeah, he'll be fine. Or relying too much on young players, given the drawback of what was going to go on in the 2020 offseason. Not playing certain players. Free James Lynch, free Herc, but it's good to see someone out there in the national media with 2 brain cells, at least dose. Zimmer is still a defensive maestro, and this defense is stacked with talent, both veteran and young. And the defensive line might be a candidate for the most improved position group in the NFL, and that's no cap. This defense could be easily top 10 this year, might even return to top 5 form back in the heyday of the Zimmer Hellfire defense, because it is back, baby, with a vengeance. Can't wait to see it. Top 5 defense, top 5 offense, and then the Vikings hoist at Jerome Barty in Inglewood in February. Feels good, man. Be your thoughts. Bleacher Report. Actually, get one right. It's crazy. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull something to Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.